everyone. My name is Mary, and welcome to Self-Empowerment Sunday, where we'll spend the next 60 minutes connecting breath to movement as we work on elongating our muscles, building strength, and improving our balance. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off today in hero pose. So go ahead and come up onto your knees here. And you want to keep your feet so that they're on the sides of your thighs when you come down. Take an inhale here, and on an exhale, go ahead and release your hips down to the mat. You want to set them in between that space between your feet. Take an inhale to find length in your spine, and you can go ahead and keep your hands in your lap here and close your eyes if that feels good for you today. Begin to come into the moment here by becoming aware of your breath. Your inhales and your exhales, letting go of all that no longer serves you today. If you feel called to do so, please set an intention for today's practice. Through today's practice, I invite you to seek strength in this present moment by being mindful to your body during our entire session today. Take a few moments to settle in, letting go of the outside world. Quiet all thoughts. Tune back into your breath here. Notice your belly rising and falling with each inhale and exhale. Breathe in peace. Breathe out tension. Surrender all to the stillness and the quiet within this present moment. Take a few moments to just bask in the stillness of your own space. All right, now when you're ready, go ahead and join me sitting on your mat, on your bottom, opening your legs into, opening your legs to as wide as they can be on the mat. From here, we're going to inhale our arms up to shoulder length, and then exhale. And then we're going to inhale to rotate left, keeping our arms raised. And we're going to exhale to bend down to reach our toes, if we can reach them. Inhale back up. Exhale to return to center. Inhale to go right. Exhale to try and reach your toes. Inhale to come up. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale to go left. Exhale to touch your toes. And we're going to keep that pattern up for a minute. As I work on getting some music on for us. I do not want to hear music. Got about 20 seconds left. You're doing great. All right, you can go ahead and release your hands. Go ahead and close your legs here. We're coming to lie back on our mat. We're going to be working on doing some crunches here. So keeping your knees pointed up to the sky and your feet, the soles of your feet planted on the mat here. Bring your hands to rest behind your head. Interlace your fingers and bring them to rest behind your head. Take an inhale here. And on an exhale, try and sit up. But make sure you keep your elbows wide. Don't bring them in. And then we're going to inhale to come back down. Exhale to come up. Inhale to come back down. And you're going to flow with your breath for a minute. Focus on engaging your stomach muscle here. We got about 20 seconds left. You're doing great. All right, perfect. You can go ahead and come to sit up onto your bottom. From here, we are going to bring our feet into bound angle pose. Our soles of our feet are going to be touching. Exhale here, because on an inhale, we're going to bring our hands and knees together. Our hands up in the air, knees together. We're going to exhale to come back down. And then we'll inhale to come back up. Exhale to come back down. And you're going to flow with your breath for a minute. We have 20 seconds left. right, go ahead and release everything. We're going to repeat that set again. So, opening our legs wide onto the mat, we will be starting with that straddle flow. So go ahead and inhale your hands up to be parallel with your shoulders. And we're going to take an exhale. And then we're going to inhale to twist left. Exhale to bend down and try and touch our toes with our fingers. Inhale to come up. Exhale to come to center. Inhale to twist right. Exhale to try and touch your toes with your left hand. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, come back to center. And flow with your breath for a minute. We have 15 seconds left. Beautiful. You can go ahead and release everything. Coming to lie back onto our mat, we're going to get into that sit-up, crunch flow we did. So go ahead and lie back onto your mat. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat, knees pointed up to the sky. Bring your hands to interlace behind your neck. Take an inhale here, and on an exhale, you're going to sit up. Inhale to go back down. Exhale to crunch. Inhale to go back down. And you're going to flow with your breath for a minute. Remember to focus on engaging your stomach muscles, your abs. You got 15 seconds left. You're doing great. Beautiful. All right, you can release everything down onto the mat. Coming to sit onto your bottom here, we're going to get into that butterfly flow we were doing. So go ahead and open your legs on an inhale with your soles of your feet touching. Bring your hands to rest on your ankles. And then we're going to exhale to bring our knees in and bring our palms of our hands into the air. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. And you're going to flow with your breath for a minute. We have 15 seconds left. All right, you can go ahead and release everything when you're ready. Let's come on up to all fours here. We're going to be getting into a cat-cow flow. However, we are going to make this challenging because it's Power Sunday, so we're trying to get powerful, right? Yeah. All right, so we're going to engage our hands and engage our feet here, and we're going to hover. Bring those knees up. And then you are going to inhale to drop that belly down, bring your chin forward, and put an arch in your back. And you're going to exhale, sucking in that belly, bringing your chin towards your chest, all while hovering. You're working on making those arms strong here. You're going to flow with your breath for a minute. You're doing great. Keep it up. Thirty seconds left. Ten seconds. All right, perfect. Release those knees down onto the mat. Let's go ahead and shake out our hands here after doing that. And go ahead and take a drink. I'm going to go get one. All right. Now, when you're ready, let's work our way into downward dog. However, we're going to be adding on to this too. We're not staying here. But for a moment, go ahead and walk it out here. Let's do things that make us feel good before we do things to punish ourselves. You can do a three-legged dog if that feels good for you here. And then when you are ready, we're going to inhale into a jumping jack. So our feet are wide. We're going to exhale, bringing our feet back in. Inhale, open our feet to a jumping jack. Exhale to bring them back in. Inhale, jumping jack. Exhale to bring them back in. And you're going to flow with your breath for a minute. We got 30 seconds left. You're doing great. Keep it up. All right, release down onto the mat. Come up off those wrists if you need to. I'm going to take another drink. All right, when you're ready, we're going to be getting into a plank / four-limb staff pose flow. So let's go ahead and come up into plank. So we're inhaling to plank, exhaling to come down to staff pose. Inhale to plank, exhale, staff. Inhale, plank, exhale, staff. And flow with your breath for 5 more breath cycles. And once you've completed your 5 breath cycles, you can release everything into crocodile. And just rest there for about 2 breath cycles before we repeat that all over again, starting with our hovering cat-cow. All right. Now, when you are ready, go ahead and come up into your tabletop pose. Get set up here into that pose. And then go ahead and engage your hands and your feet so that you can hover. And we're going to inhale to drop our belly, bring our chin forward, small arch in our back. Exhale, suck that belly in, drop your chin towards your chest. And you're going to flow with your breath for a minute. We got about 30 seconds left. You're doing great. Ten seconds. All right. Go ahead and release. And you can shake out those wrists if you need to before we go into our downward dog jumping jacks. All right. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and get set up into downward dog. So plant those hands and bring the hips up into the air. Take a moment to get settled here. You can pedal it out. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale to open your legs wide into a jumping jack. And you're going to exhale to bring them back in closed. Inhale to open, exhale to close. And you're going to flow with your breath for a minute. Got 30 seconds left. All right, go ahead and release everything down. You can take a moment before we get into our plank staff pose. Slow. All right. So now when you're ready, let's go ahead and inhale up to plank. Exhale down to four-limb staff pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, four-limb staff pose. Flow with your breath for 5 more breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, go ahead and relax back into a child's pose for a full minute. All right, when you're ready, you can go ahead and meet me into standing at the top of your mat. We're going to be getting into a modified sun salutation pose flow here. So go ahead and get firm in your foundation here. And when you're ready, on an inhale, inhale your hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Flow with your breath for a minute. We got 20 seconds left. All right, you can go ahead and release. From here, we're going to do some palm tree side bend. So go ahead and interlace your hands, and on an inhale, bring them up to over your head. And then we're going to exhale to bend to the right. And you're going to take 5 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your 5 breath cycles, you can inhale back to center, keeping those arms raised. And we're going to then exhale to bend to the left, coming into a left side bend. And you're going to flow with your breath for 5 breath cycles. And once you've completed your 5 breath cycles, you can release your hands down to your sides. We're then going to open our legs into a 90-degree angle. We're getting into a wide-legged forward fold here. So make sure your toes are pointed forward. Bring your hands to interlace behind your back, keeping your hands low. Take an inhale here to find length in your spine. And on an exhale, hinge forward at the hips, coming into wide-legged forward fold. And you're going to hold here for 3 breath cycles. Gaze will be down at the floor. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, on an inhale, inhale up. Heel toe those toes back in, and you can release your hands. We're going to repeat that set again. So go ahead and inhale your hands to the sky, interlacing your fingers. And then exhale to bend to the right. And you're going to take 5 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your 5 breath cycles, you can inhale back to center, and then exhale to bend to the left, where you'll take 5 breath cycles. And once you've completed your 5 breath cycles, you can release everything back to mountain. From here, we are going to open our legs into that wide-legged forward fold, keeping our toes pointed forward. Inhale here to find length in your spine and to interlace your hands behind your back. And then exhale to hinge forward at your hips and bowing down into wide-legged forward fold. Gaze will be down at the floor. You'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, on an inhale, come on up. And heel toe those toes back in together. Come on down to your mat now into tabletop. We're going to be getting into balancing tabletop flow. So go ahead and on an inhale, inhale your right fingertips forward and your left foot behind you. Take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, on an exhale, exhale your knee and elbow in to touch. Inhale out, exhale in to touch. And you're going to flow with your breath for 3 more breath cycles. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, you can meet me back in tabletop as we prepare to do that on the other side. So go ahead and inhale your left fingertips forward and your right foot behind you. Take 3 breath cycles here to get centered. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, on an exhale, exhale your knee and elbow in to touch. Inhale out, exhale in to touch. And you're going to flow with your breath for 3 more breath cycles. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, you can meet me back in tabletop. From here, we're going to exhale back into a child's pose, where we're just going to take 5 breath cycles before we do this set all over again. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, meet me back in tabletop. In tabletop, and get set up balancing tabletop. So go ahead and inhale your right fingertips forward and your left foot behind you. Take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, on an exhale, exhale your knee and elbow to touch. Inhale out, exhale in to touch. And you're going to flow with your breath for 3 more breath cycles. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, you can meet me back in tabletop as we prepare to do that on the other side. So when you're ready, go ahead and inhale your left fingertips forward and your right foot behind you. Take 3 breath cycles here to get centered in this pose. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, on an exhale, exhale knee and elbow into touch. Inhale out, exhale into touch. And you're going to flow with your breath for 3 more breath cycles. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, you can go ahead and exhale back into child's pose, where you will take 5 breath cycles. Once you've completed your 5 breath cycles, meet me. What does that say? Meet me in downward dog. In downward dog. Pedal it out here. And then when you're ready, inhale your right foot to the sky. We're coming into a low lunge pose flow here. So then we're going to exhale that right foot up in between our 2 hands. And you can go ahead and drop that back leg and release your back foot. On an inhale, inhale your hands to the sky. And take 5 breath cycles here. Gaze should be up at the ceiling. Once you've completed your 5 breath cycles, on an exhale, exhale your hands back down and onto the mat. Inhale to flip your back toes out, up, and to bring that knee up. And then you're going to exhale your right foot back into the sky, coming into 3-legged dog. And then inhale that foot back down to the mat. Take a moment to pedal it if you need to. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale that left foot to the sky. Exhale it forward in between your 2 hands. Go ahead and drop that back leg, extending your foot out so that the top of your foot is rested on the mat. And then on an inhale, inhale your hands to the sky. Gaze will be up at the ceiling. We're going to hold here for 5 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and exhale your hands back down to the mat. Inhale to flip your back toes and to come up off that knee. Exhale your left foot back into the air. And inhale that left foot back down to the ground. We're going to repeat that one more time. So when you're ready, go ahead and inhale your right foot back into the sky. And exhale that foot in between your two hands at the top of your mat. You can go ahead and release your left knee and flip your left foot so that the top of your foot is resting on the mat. Inhale, hands to the sky. Gaze should be up at the ceiling. Take 5 breath cycles here. Once you've completed your breath cycles, you can exhale your hands back down to the mat. Inhale, rotate your foot and come up off that knee. Exhale your right foot back into the sky, 3-legged dog. Inhale your foot back down to the mat. Beautiful. All right. When you're ready, inhale that left foot to the sky. Exhale to release it up between your two hands. And you can go ahead and release your back leg, extending your foot out so that the top of your foot is resting on the mat. Inhale, hands to the sky. And your gaze should be up at the ceiling. Take 5 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and exhale your hands back down to the mat. Inhale to flip your toes and come up off that knee. Exhale your left foot into the sky. Inhale to come back down to downward dog. Beautiful. All right. From here, go ahead and look forward. Bring a bend into your knee and hop up to the front of your mat. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. All right, we're coming to sit down onto our mat now. We are done with wrist stuff today. From here, we're going to go ahead and lie completely back onto our mat, extending our legs out. We're working our way into both toes here. So when you're ready, take an inhale, and on an exhale, you're going to engage your stomach muscles so that you can come up into boat pose. And we're going to hold here in boat pose for 3 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can exhale your back down onto the mat and release your legs down onto the mat. Go ahead and roll over so that you can come up onto your bottom. We're working our way into fire log pose here. Bring your left lower leg so that is lined up with the long edge of your mat. Bring your right ankle to rest on top of your left knee. Engage, flex your feet here. Inhale to find length in your spine. And you're going to exhale to twist to the right this time. So we're going to exhale, bringing our left hand to our right knee, and we're going to twist to the right. And you're going to hold there for a minute. We have about 30 seconds. Remember to focus on your breath. All right, when you're ready, exhale back to front. Go ahead and release those legs and windshield wiper if you need to. And then when you're ready, let's set up our right foot. So our right lower leg will get lined up with the long edge of our mat here. We're going to bring our left ankle to rest on top of our right knee. Take an inhale to find length in your spine. And we're going to exhale to twist to the left, bringing our right hand to rest on our left knee. Your left hand or fingertips can rest on the mat behind you. And we're going to hold there for a minute. We have about 30 seconds left. All right, when you're ready, you can exhale back to center and let's do some windshield wipers to counter what we just did. Before we repeat that set again, starting with boat. So we're going to come to lie back down onto our mat again. You can extend your legs out in front of you. Bring your hands parallel to your body with your fingertips pointed straight down towards your feet. And then take an inhale here, and on an exhale, you're going to engage your ab muscles to crunch a little bit and bring your feet up parallel to the mat, coming into boat pose. And we're going to hold there for 3 breath cycles. And once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, you can exhale, releasing everything down onto the mat. When you're ready, go ahead and roll over so that you can come to sit up on your bottom so we can do fire log pose twist. So go ahead and line your left leg up with your long edge of your mat now and bring your right ankle to rest on top of your left knee. Flexing your feet here. Inhale to find length in your spine. Exhale to twist to the right, bringing your left hand to rest on your right knee and your right fingertips or hands to rest on the mat behind you. And we're going to hold here for a minute. We have about 15 seconds left. right, when you're ready, you can exhale to release back to center, and let's windshield wiper those feet. From here, we're gonna lie back onto our mat again. We're working our way into bridge pose here. So bring the soles of your feet to touch the mat so that your knees are pointed up to the ceiling. Bring your hands next to your body and engage your hands and your feet. On an inhale, inhale those hips to the sky. And you're gonna hold here for 3 breath cycles. Once you've completed your 3 breath cycles, you can exhale and release everything back down onto the mat. Now, when you're ready, we're going to be working our way into reclined bound angle pose here. So go ahead and open your legs so that the soles of your feet can touch. Bring one hand onto your heart and one hand to rest onto your lower belly. And you can go ahead and close your eyes here. We're going to hold here for a minute. All right, when you're ready, you can go ahead and bring your knees back in, keeping the soles of your feet touching the ground. We're going to be coming into recline twists here. So go ahead and inhale your knees into your chest. And on an exhale, you can exhale them down to the right, opening your arms into a T. And we're just going to rest here for a minute. All right, when you're ready, you can inhale your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a little hug here. You've done so well today. And then when you're ready, you can exhale your knees over to the left, coming into a twist onto the left. Open your arms into a T, and gaze can be up at the ceiling or over to the right. Make sure to keep that right shoulder grounded into the mat. And we're going to hold here for a minute. great. When you're ready, you can inhale those knees back into your chest. And then exhale to release everything down onto the mat, coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So your hands can be next to your body, palms up or palms down, whatever feels good for you here. And you can go ahead and close your eyes. Settling into Shavasana, let's take a few moments to unwind, to ease out of our practice today, to let go of anything that might be weighing you down. Release whatever might be binding you. Escape from the busyness of life and tune into yourself for the remainder of our session today. Become aware of your breath. Feel your belly rise with air. Soften your face. Soften your jaw. Soften your shoulders. Follow the rhythm of your breath, paying attention to its duration. Lengthen and deepen your breath to a rhythm that is comfortable for you. Now take a few breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Soften your legs. Soften your arms. Soften your hands and feet. Surrender every muscle to your mat. Take a little more time to appreciate the stillness and serenity around you. All right, coming back into your body here, becoming aware of your surroundings, bringing tiny movements into your body, wiggling your hands and toes. Please join me in a cross-legged position on your mat when you're ready. Bringing our hands into prayer position at our hearts. And bowing our heads and closing our eyes if that feels good for us today. Thank yourself for showing up today, for remaining mindfully present in the moment, for staying grounded and focused on yourself and your body. Your body thanks you also. And as we end today's practice, I offer you one last thing, a mantra for peace, harmony, and happiness. Unto heaven may there be peace, peace in the skies and peace on earth. May all the waters and plants know peace. May the great trees of the forest and the universe know peace. May there be peace, happiness, and wholeness for all. Om Shanti 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 Om. I hope today's session has brought you peace, love, and happiness. Thank you for allowing me to practice with you today. Namaste.